Hey guys, it's Rich. I said I was going to do a weekly update, and here I am doing my weekly update. I have a laundry list of things, so many updates to give you guys. The first one being, if you watched my two previous videos, one on Orlando, on the shootings, the devastations that happened there, and my thoughts on that, and then my Wellness Wednesday video that talked about acceptance, you know that this week has brought up a lot of emotions in me. It was very much a water time for me, and yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna get it right into it. I posted this on Facebook. For those of you who are Facebook friends of mine, you probably have already seen this. But for those of you who are not Facebook friends of mine or are not or have not seen it, I'm going to read this to you guys. I know some people don't like to be read to, but hopefully this is okay. Anyway, I wrote on there, I said, read before commenting. I have thought long and hard about the shootings that occurred the other night. While I stand by the right to own a firearm, however, I cannot condone people who are on a terrorist watch list buying weapons. We need either more stringent gun laws or better enforcement of the ones in place. Furthermore, I will say that overall, there are many more peaceful Muslims out there than there are radical ones. The same goes for Christians. There are radical ones out there who praise the killing of homosexuals, and there are ones who embrace that someone can love someone else and it has no bearing on their beliefs. Each of us walk a different path with and to our deity or deities, as the case may be. It is a personal choice mixed with family traditions that we all have to make for ourselves. We don't have to agree, but we do have to respect one another. There are two things I've learned from the Orlando shooting and the passing of my friends Christina, and sidebar on this, Christina is Chrissy, my friend that I did the funeral service for, and is represented on my altar by the little fairy that you may have seen in previous videos right over my right shoulder. So, by the passing of my friends Christina and Steve, the one I spoke about in the Wellness Wednesday video, one is that you should be who you are to the best extent possible. The other is that there is no room for hate in your heart if you have love and respect for people who are different than you. So with that, I embrace the lessons that they have shown by being the best me that I can be. I am from here and henceforth announcing that I am gay, and hope people out there can love and accept that. This went live shortly after making my Wellness Wednesday video, correct? Yes. Now, I posted the Wellness Wednesday after posting this, but it went live right after making that because I was of a level head at the time, not an emotional basket case that I was Monday or Tuesday, so I have 12, 13, 14 people who either liked or hearted if I can do that, hearted the sentiments that I gave. And let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 comments that are all, except one, really a wonderful statement of acceptance. The other one is, yeah, it's acceptance, but it's kind of like offhanded, kind of thing, like you should have come out sooner type of stuff, which, you know, this guy doesn't really appreciate the magnitude of doing that. I, however, have not come out to people at work because if you guys have ever dealt in a work situation where you know that these people are just kind of Neanderthal kind of mindset of, sorry, I have an itch on my leg. I have to scratch the itch. Anywho, if any of you have worked in that type of setting where they have kind of that Neanderthal point of view of, you know, yeah, these people are just a little too sensitive and this and that, you know, the big macho people, then, you know, those aren't really the people that you necessarily want to expose your entire self to. It's very much, whenever I'm at work, I'm at work. And whenever I'm not at work, I'm not at work. So yeah, I had a very positive official announcing, even though I was out to my mother and a few friends here and there. But the lessons that Chrissy, the fairy representation on my altar, she was a Tinkerbell fan. I think I mentioned that in a previous video. So fairies really resonate with her. At least Tinkerbell did. And the passing of my friend Steve, yeah. And I didn't just like come up with this and post it real quick. I actually took a lot of thought because I've been talking to somebody online, and I ran it past him on Tuesday, and he says, you're not thinking rationally right now. He said it's a great idea, but he's like, I think you're thinking a little too irrationally right now. You're thinking too emotionally. And then I did a tarot spread and the cards agreed with him. So I said 2 against 1, you win. So I held my tongue for a day and then wrote that up whenever I was more level-headed, less emotionally sensitive, and then put it out there. And I also ran it by Chrissy's mother. I call her Mama Kim. I ran it past Mama Kim, and I told her, I said, what do you think of this? You know, I don't want to use her daughter's name and, you know, kind of have it as if I'm using that as a crutch or anything. I didn't want to have any hard feelings or anything like that, and she knew because I came out to them whenever the funeral was happening, because Chrissy always seemed to be the type that she kind of thought of me as more than a friend, but she also had another gay friend that actually she went out with, and I don't know, that's kind of weird now that I really think about it. How many friends does she have that were gay and didn't come out to her? Anyhow, different topic altogether. Anyway, the whole thing with having her as another sounding board, somebody else that I trust, was a huge comfort to say, you know, you need to come out when you're ready to come out, and not until then. And I said it's been something that I was thinking about the last couple of days, especially with the Orlando shootings. You know, even though I've been to homosexual establishments, it was never really, I was never really out, you know, even there. Just never really felt comfortable. But owning who I am, as a lot of these people did, I found their bravery in that, and that they were able to be who they were on their terms. And the braveness that also went with the Stonewall riots, you know, standing up for who you are and what you believe in, accepting nothing less than being equal to somebody else. So that happened this past week, which was huge news. Or at least I see it as huge news. I don't know if you guys do. The other thing that I wanted to say is about some work issues that I've been having with regards to the shootings and even the bathroom situation, all that stuff. I have these people, and they constantly kind of play, or make fun of different things, or just don't give it the credit it's due. And that's another reason I have not come out at work, because, well, frankly, I don't need them belittling me. And it's just not necessary for the work that takes place in our shop. So that's my reasoning behind that. Anyway, moving on, is I got something new. If you are seeing this in a better quality, if the sound is better, hopefully it's picking up my voice more than the fan that's going behind me, because yet I'm still without air conditioning. I hope it's picking up everything better. I got a new camera. This is the Canon, hold on. Let's see if I can do this without getting out of focus here. The Canon Vixia HF-R600. So hopefully you guys are noticing a better quality picture. And if anything else, I like this camera a lot more because I can see myself. I can actually see myself while I'm talking. I can make sure that I don't have a glare. And in some of my videos I've noticed, and it really ticks me off, and even though I could re-record that video, I don't always necessarily re-record a video because I'm completely unpleased with the way I look. But I notice this in some videos. I either have the top of my head cut off, or I have like the floating head syndrome where, it's just my head floating around. So I am really liking being able to see myself in my video camera once again. The camera that I had before, that was the flip screen type, I really enjoyed being able to see myself while recording, and the screen broke on that, and that's most of the functions were through the screen. So hopefully this one lasts longer than that one did. I did say that I was going to do a review on the Pilot Varsity fountain pens, and I will do that review right now. You probably can't see it, it's probably a little blurry, but I got the medium point. I'm not overly pleased with this. I do like the idea of a fountain pen. I really like the idea of a disposable fountain pen. It's nice, it's classy, but if you can see this, I don't know how well you can see it, but if you can see that, then I mean, this is after writing with it for quite a while, but it does bleed through. If you are looking for something that is nice and showy for, the fountain pen look, yeah, but it doesn't give the expectation of, or it didn't give me what I was looking for in the respect of the actual nib being a different size. It writes pretty much like a ballpoint pen, which I was kind of disappointed in that, and the ink kind of bleeds whenever you write, so you have to practice with different pressures and all that stuff. I just wasn't overly pleased with it. I probably will not buy this again, but I got like 6 for $10 through Amazon. I think it was 6 for $10. So I will use these until they run out, and then I just won't buy them again. So it just didn't give me the look that I wanted with regards to a fountain pen. I will probably stick with wherever it ended up. It's probably behind me. The Zebra fountain pen, the fine point one. I can't remember exactly what the type is called. So, anywho, moving on from that. I was going to share with you guys my latest project. The reason I'm not doing any stitching is because I have like grease on my hands. Short story, I took a bike that was abandoned, more or less, and that one broke. So I have a broke bike. And then I found somebody that had a second bike, or a spare bike, and that one wasn't exactly fit to be used because of the frame being all bent up and everything. And then I found another abandoned bike that I spent most of the day at work, because we had nothing else really going on, working on said bikes. The one from a friend, or from a coworker rather, and the other one that I found. And yeah, I am covered in grease, so I did not want to do any stitching for this video, but I am making one like a prayer shawl, like I made for Annie. So I think I might do something a little bit different around the middle portion, and I want to see if it'll turn out first before I really share it and say it's a definite go or not. But yes, that is my latest project. And ooh yeah, my exercise regimen is taking quite a bit of a slump. Like I said, this has been an emotional week for many of us out there, and it's just, I did not have the energy within me to do any exercises of any sort. And well, you can't tell from behind me, but if you look at the floor around me, there's absolutely no room to exercise. I literally would come home this week, throw my stuff down, say forget about it all, and go to bed. Or just, watch some YouTube videos and all that. So yeah, my exercise regimen has taken quite a bit of a slump. As for eating better, or eating better portions, portion control is still a go. I was kind of disappointed with the vegetable selection that I had this week. I went on Sunday, and I went to make a salad on Tuesday night. My cucumbers were already rotten, and my romaine lettuce that you buy in the big bags, that has like three things of romaine lettuce in there. Yeah, the tops of them were already wilting. So yeah, I was quite disappointed in that. But I still ate healthier this week than I have in the past, so yay for me on that. And so yeah, the exercise has been a little bit of a slump. I'm hoping to get back into it next week. I have a lot of videos to make this weekend, guys. Really, I have a lot. So, anywho, moving on. I have this long list of things to talk to you guys about, so bear with me. Okay, sorry. Anyway, I had to stop and comment back on Claire's. We have a little back and forth thing going here on Facebook, and we're talking about swimming is all I'm gonna say. And yeah, I'm just having fun. Anyway, Claire, whenever you see this, you'll probably reminisce and laugh as well. So anywho, I am pleased to announce that Evan has made his return to YouTube. Welcome back into the fold, Evan. How I have missed you. I know I have missed you. If you are not familiar with Evan, visit his channel right here. I will leave a link. Evan is one of those people that, like I said, if you are not watching his videos, you probably should. But he's one of those people that he's able to take a Christian perspective and a pagan perspective. I believe his journey has led him to a druid path, which I find intriguing. And I have not met somebody with as much a depth of knowledge on biblical or any text out there, it seems. Anything that I ever talked to him on the phone about or had conversations with him via the internet, he's always been able to reference some sort of text out there, some sort of scripture out there, some sort of philosophy out there. Just a wealth of knowledge, and I really cannot wait until he makes some more videos. I'm going through his now, and I also want to say, Evan, if you are not planning to put out an MP3 or CD or something of you singing, for one, or of you doing like a meditation CD, then you really need to consider that, because some of your guided meditations on there, oh my gosh, you need to do something like that that has your voice, because it sounds so soothing in that. And usually you hear this more with a feminine voice, but Evan, your voice is like spot on for a meditation type of CD or recording of some sort, or as you sang in one of your videos, I believe it was the one on chalices and whatnot, the chalices and the grail and all that. Your singing voice is spot on. So if you are not considering that, you really need to. Okay, one other thing that I wanted to say before I go into my last two topics is that for my friend Steve, sorry I have an itchy eye, for my friend Steve, for his memorial service, it would also help out his partner, or his husband, sorry. It would also help out his husband if you feel like giving a donation. I'm going to leave a link in the bottom bar. I'm going to try to leave a link here if I can. I'm not sure if that's possible because of the way YouTube's set up and whatnot. And I'm going to try to put a card up at the corner of the screen if that's a possibility as well. But definitely go into the comment section below, click on the GoFundMe if you are so moved to give some money to this wonderful man's funeral. I'm not going to get emotional. If you feel so moved to give a couple dollars to help his husband pay for the cost of the funeral, the memorial service, the medical bills. He had a stroke, and it's quite costly to be in a hospital, guys. So if you feel so moved, definitely click below and leave a couple bucks. Any little bit helps. So if you feel so moved on that, go ahead and do that. Okay, for one, I want to say this real quick, is I hate how YouTube is now set up that you like have to go through tons of ways to just get to your messages, but I had to end up looking this up on my phone because I saw it the other day, or yesterday, or whenever it was sent. It was yesterday. Maybe by the time this is up, 2 days ago. Anywho, moving on, because the time span is irrelevant. I got a message on YouTube, and this is going to lead me into the next point, and you guys you're going to want to stay tuned for this. Okay. This one comes from Ray, who says, "So I have been blessed to stumble on your channel. I'm a Christo-Pagan, but I don't know anyone else that is. So I'm kind of sitting here amazed that I found your channel. I honestly never would have thought to look on YouTube for others like me. So if you don't mind, I'd love to message you back and forth." Okay, for one, Ray, and I hope I'm saying that correctly. For one, Ray, you can message me any way you want. So you can click down below is my email. You can go to Twitter, which I will share at the very end. It will be on that side of the screen. And yeah. there are many more of us out there. So here comes the last point. I am behind on doing tarot readings. I said I was going to do one every month, and I will keep to doing at least 12 this year. So, with that being said, this is the tarot giveaway that should have been for April. What I'm going to need from everybody, and you must be subscribed in order to win, but you do not have to be subscribed to do what I'm asking. So, if you aren't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I will leave a link at the very end and remind you all. But, in order to win, you have to be subscribed. In order to be entered, you must, in the comments below, if you are a Christo-Pagan, introduce yourself to Ray. It's R-A-E. I'm not going to share last names because I don't like how that's set up, especially if that's not what you usually go by. Anywho, introduce yourself to Ray if you are a Christo-Pagan. If you are not a Christo-Pagan, introduce yourself to Ray anyway. But introduce yourself to Ray anyway, and let this person know that you are out there. I'm sorry, I don't know what pronoun to use, he, she, they, so please go ahead and tell me what to use there. I believe from your picture you are a female, and I don't want to speculate, so I will not. Anyway, say hello to Ray, whether you are Christo-Pagan or not, in the comments below. Introduce yourself to Ray, let them know that you are here for them, and that if you do videos, that they can be found on your channel. And yeah, that's all you have to do is say hello to Ray. Again, it is R-A-E. So, say hello, and if you are Christo-Pagan, identify as Christo-Pagan. If you are Pagan, identify as Pagan. If you are Christian, identify as Christian. If you are none of the above, go ahead and say that too. We are all a community here, and we are all accepting of one another, at least on this channel right here. So, go ahead and say hello to Ray. Link to your channel if that is something that needs to be linked to, especially if you make videos. Like, I expect to see one from Derry, I expect to see one from Claire, I expect to see one from Christo-Pagan Kim, just to name a few. So yeah, if you are making videos, go ahead and link to them, especially if you're making videos, because I kind of want to see them too if I'm not already watching your channel. And if you don't make videos, consider making videos and explain some of your practice, or just do regular vlogs like this one. So, that is what you have to do to be entered into the tarot giveaway for April. Let's see. We are on, well, I am on the 18th. Let's do until the 25th Eastern Standard Time, because, well, even though I'm not Eastern Standard Time right now, that is what I usually go by. So whatever time that means for you, by the 25th, going into the 25th from the 24th, so I can do the drawing next Saturday. It would be around 1 o'clock p.m. my time. I can do the drawing and reveal the winner. So have your entries in before that time, and Ray, you are also invited to go ahead and do the same as well. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and enter you whether you like it or not. So, you are entered. You don't even have to comment, but I would encourage you to comment on any of the people down there that comment. And go ahead and subscribe to any of them, because I'm sure, especially if they're friends of mine, that they are good people to follow. So, with all that being said, dang, this is going to be a long video. Don't forget to go ahead and subscribe if you have not already done so. In the future, whenever I have any type of giveaways or anything like that, yeah, you gotta be subscribed. Plus, there is going to be an awesome giveaway for the 1,000 subscribers. I'm still rooting for that. I think I'm at like 620 something, almost 630. So if I get that before the end of the year, I will be ecstatic, and there's going to be a huge giveaway planned for that. As usual, if you have not gone to Christo-Paganism.com, go ahead and go to Christo-Paganism.com. There is a prayer and praises section on there. Go ahead and say that you've prayed for things that are on there. Enter your own prayers, your own praises, things to rejoice about, things to pray on. I currently have a crystal grid for different prayers that are both on there and private ones through different friends. So I have a crystal grid going for that. Also, while you're there, go ahead and check out the store, where that keeps the website running. And what else? Oh, forgot about the blogs. Go ahead and check out some of the blog articles on there that I've written, and maybe we might have some other ones coming up as well from other people. I'm still working on that one. And if you have any desire to follow me other than on YouTube, go ahead and do that on Twitter. I share some blogs that I come across. I share some thoughts about my daily life, and some inspirational stuff here and there. And just so you guys know, I got my phone fixed. So yeah, I can go ahead and tweet more on there. And yeah, that's it. So until next time, may you have love, hugs, and ladybugs. Bye-bye.